Okay, welcome everybody. Is this working? Probably. Okay, so sorry about that. My backdrop just fell as I was about to start, and that kind of delayed me. I'm also probably going to make sure that my headphones are not wrapped around my microphone because that was a lot. That was a lot of things that happened all at once right then that made it really, really difficult for me to actually start live streaming on time. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and delete this message on Discord. Go ahead and send this one, and be able to also notify other people that I'm live streaming because I was going to do that 30 seconds early, but that fell 30 seconds early, and it became very difficult to do any last minute posting about me being live streaming. So there we go. Now we should be good. I'm going to go ahead and change my view a little bit and talk to you guys about all kinds of stuffs. So I'm going to actually adjust one more thing, and that's going to be my webcam because I'm a little bit too zoomed in, I think, because you can see the edges of my backdrop, and I don't like that. Go adjust this down. I'm sorry about this, by the way. I really should have taken care of this earlier, but it was hard for me because of my birthday, and being that someone called me just as I was beginning to set up. So, and being that I wasn't able to really get started as soon as I wanted to, we're a little bit late, but we're not going to let that ruin the good time. So here we are. I realize that the restream chat's looking weird for some reason. I'm going to be able to try and go ahead and refresh that, so hopefully messages can come up. Sunfire just posted a year already. Yes, the map has been released for a year now. Also, the nitwits are going completely crazy. I don't know why, what's up with the villager mechanics, but for some reason it just wants to be able to do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's just go ahead and yeah, I'm not sure if the restream chat's going to be working. We'll see. I'm just going to do a test message just to make sure. Sorry about this. A lot of things are going a little bit weird. So let's just try and at least begin the map and maybe work through our issues as we come across them. My test message seems to have sent inside of the inside of both chats, but I don't think that it's actually showing up here. So let me just really try and get this good. Ooh, hey, look at that. It almost worked. Sunfire says, I unfortunately have a bunch of stuff I need to do, so I'll mainly be lurking in the background. Yep, that's fine. I can understand that. Why is there a white background in the background of this? This really should not be doing this at all. Thought you fixed it then. I also thought so. Let's test it one more time. Hopefully the message will be able to go ahead and say that it is ready to display. I really don't like my setup here. I almost have to be over here, which is not where I normally am, to be centered on the screen. I don't know. I don't know what's up with the restream chat. It says it's ready to display messages. Oh, hey, look at that. I think that might... The problem is the CSS is completely messed up. There's a syntax error, but I think that's actually causing it to work. So I'm going to send out one more test message. Hey, look at that. Test, allies all around, and test on YouTube. There we go. Both of them are displaying. So yay! And here we go. We can enter the Aztech Labs thing here, be able to get a little bit of regeneration. And here we go. This is mission 1, but we have to first go through the tutorial to be able to do stuff. So here we go. Tutorial part 1, the story. So first of all these, huzzah. Yep, all these have like different authors. I noticed that like in a lot of people's Let's Plays, like they don't actually read the authors, so like maybe that's something to consider if I ever do make another map, is that like maybe I shouldn't put so much focus that they're going to look at the author if they do that, but I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the Aztech Labs Adventure Map. The title of this map is in fact not a typo, but a pun on the ancient civilization and technology. You are a scientist working for Aztech Labs on assignment in the jungle. You started this map in the jungle, but whenever you enter one of the nether portals, you get transported back to the laboratory. Throughout the game, you'll have notes sent to you from Dr. Martin after you complete each of your assignments. There will also be bonus books throughout that give extra info about the world. Not all books are mandatory to read, but oftentimes they can give clues about the world around you. They may even contain Aztech Labs secrets. Ooh. So I'm tempted to like kind of skip through a lot of these books because I mean this is the tutorial and it's not that interesting. Mostly because I also already know the tutorial very, very, very well. But anyway, let's just like read the parts that I think are more important than the others. So these are basically the settings of like the map, like be able to have the simulation distance maxed out, different adventure modes and type things. This was built using the default texture pack. Not going to forbid people from using alternative packs, but it was built in mind with default textures. If you use a different pack and something looks a bit off, that's why. Also, this was actually built before the texture update, so originally the ice had a little bit more of a clean look in my opinion. I think that the ice now looks a little bit more raw, which is good. It looks good in some aspects, but it also kind of changes a bit of the look of what the labs looks like nowadays. But we'll try and not focus too much on that. Now is the time for the bragging of the map. Because as you can see, there's these giant map walls here, which the book will probably be able to discuss in more detail. So let's read it. I'm not normally one to brag, but this project was so massive and took so long to create that I had to share, very briefly, how this map was created. As you see around you, there are maps on the wall that show the massive scale of this jungle. These are not normal-sized maps, but ones scaled 1 to 8. This huge jungle seed is what inspired me to start on this Aztech Labs project from the beginning of July 2017 to the release of this map, which, by the way, is 1 year ago today, May 24th, 2018. All structures in this map have been built by me alone. No one else has worked on this map during that time, which made it take longer to finish. Yet, this also made it more consistent in its style. I wanted to handcraft the storyline myself and create the map without intervention. This map was mostly made on the Xbox One edition of console Minecraft. Did I really write it that way? I would have said Xbox One edition of Minecraft console edition, but whatever. And then it was ported to the Bedrock edition afterward. This map uses no command blocks and is very vanilla in its style. I wanted to create a map that had a classic Minecraft feel and doesn't significantly modify how the game normally plays. Thank you for downloading this map. Oh, I didn't really download it, but you know. And hopefully you enjoy this project. Because I own the map. This is actually just came from my hard drive, you know. So we'll just kind of take a little bit of time just to stare at the map. This right here is actually where we started. You'd be surprised, honestly, if I could rebuild this map again, I wouldn't have explored the entire jungle. Because as much as it's cool to, say, oh, here's, a giant jungle, look how big the map is, in reality, it's kind of misleading because the map isn't really this big. It's a pretty big map, but it's not this big. It goes, where was I say? This is the starting point. You go here, which is, around, the jungly area, over here is like another mission, a temple. Some of it's underground, I think. I think this right here is the final mission, but I can't be 100% certain. It just looks like it, judging by how the map like looks and how I think the river flows in that direction. But in reality, that's really the main part of the map. I think there might be something up here for like a bonus mission I added later. But again, like there's nothing in this part of the map that's explored, nothing like down here or around here. It was still an insane project, and the map takes a couple of hours to be able to go through. I've seen like multiple people's playthroughs, and it really does take them a while to be able to play it. But it takes up a lot of memory because it's like I think the map is like 124 megabytes, which is a lot, especially for downloading on mobile. You want to be able to go ahead and like get a Wi-Fi connection to be able to do that. Although I know I'm on such a large tangent here, but like I did discover another adventure map which I really want to play. But that adventure map actually is like 250 megabytes. So it's actually like twice the size of Aztech Labs. And it seems like it fills the map a little bit more than what mine does. But it's still kind of interesting to be able to see like another map that actually is that large. Because most maps I download, they're no less than 5 megs, you know? It's just, that's normally the standard. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go on to the books. After I drink some water, because that was a lot of talking already. Alright. Yes, this map utilizes redstone that is accessible by the user. However, all the redstone is designed to be user-friendly, even to someone who does not understand how it all works. Levers are always pulled down and allow a redstone lamp behind them to be lit up, verifying that the system is working. Now, here comes your first puzzle. The tutorial number for this section appears to be missing. Oh no. And on your left, select the number which represents what part of the tutorial we are on. I don't remember my numbers. Is it 2? No. Is it 3? No. Is it 5? No. It seems as though the last one that I am trying to choose may in fact be the correct answer. Is it 4? It is! It is number 4! Let's go over this way. It's a tutorial part number 5. Parkour by Frontline. It's not an adventure map without parkour, now is it? I sympathize with your pain that adventure map should not be all parkour. But that does not mean I'm going to get rid of the old reliable jumpy jumps completely. Sorry. Alright, so here's the fun stuff. I haven't done this parkour in a really long time, and although I've practiced it quite a bit, it like time does wear away your skill in anything. So let's see how we do this. So actually, is there anything around me? Like, because like I have the like Xbox One Elite controller. I'm trying to get a good angle on the webcam, but it's hard to do. So here's it upside down. In the back, there's like room for paddles so that you can go ahead and keep your fingers, or keep your thumbs really, on the sticks, so you can try and move around and aim, and be able to press the buttons on the back so that like you are able to maximize like your airtime and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put the paddles on the back now so that I can go ahead and do the parkour a little bit easier, in which like the one button that I do with like my left index finger, I can go ahead and sprint automatically, and like the other is for jumping, so I can go ahead and make sure that I can go ahead and just press those buttons really nicely so I can go apparently fail, but be able to go ahead on the parkour, hopefully be able to succeed a little bit more than what I did there. So this is something I kind of regret doing. I don't really like the hit your head on the ceiling type of jumps, but it also does add a challenge. See, I even did it first try though. But it's like, honestly, if I was probably to make this adventure map again, I would make like the parkour at least a little bit easier. Like I don't think I would have like 4 block jumps or anything. I mean, the tutorial didn't have any 4 block jumps anyway, but people do struggle with it, and it's probably best not to make people rage quit like before they start the map. So anyway, tutorial part 6, the money. Ooh, money, 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 money by the pound. Lots of crystal shards all around. And we have 16 of them. So anyway, this map contains vending machines that give various types of resources for your mission. These are always found within the laboratory. Just as mentioned in the Redstone book, these stations are designed to be user-friendly. The universal currency in this world is the crystal shard. In this chest, you have received a few of these to use on the system ahead. 16, in fact. And as a reminder, these are user-friendly. I just like imagine myself just yelling at the person who's using these. These are user-friendly. You do not have to wait for the clicks. You do not have to place random sand or gravel. Just place in the necessary amount for the given item and the system will automatically sort it. It can take 15 seconds for the item to dispense after purchasing, sometimes even more. Just be patient with it. You are allowed to buy multiple items at once. You do not have to buy only one item at a time. The dispensers are stocked up to be used over and over again to your heart's content. So what are you waiting for? Get spending today. Alrighty then. Let's actually put that back into the chest instead of glazing over it. So the thing about these is that they're not necessarily the best items to begin with in the game. Like obviously it was designed so you can get like 2 of each item, because it takes 8 shards to get 1 of each, and since you have 16 you can like divvy that up between the 2 players that the map is technically built for. I mean, you can do it solo. Honestly, it's probably almost better to do it solo just so you can like really focus on the story. I feel like once you have 2 people, it's like, oh, one person's reading and then one person has to jump around all the time. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and buy 1 strength potion and call it good. I think is probably my best option at the moment. So there we go. We have ourselves a nice little potion. Tutorial part 7 now, the secrets. This map was not built on a superflat, meaning you are able to wander off the beaten path. That being said, you will not be rewarded for exploring areas where nothing is built. Which makes sense. So, there are still secrets to be found, but if no light sources exist there, or you wander into a part of the jungle that seems like it was generated by vanilla Minecraft, then there will be nothing for you to find there. If you think that there is nothing in an area, you're probably right. Although, I almost kind of wish I worded this a little bit differently, because I feel like some people might have missed a few secrets because they decided not to wander too off of the beaten path. But either way, I mean, wherever there's a light source, there's like stuff to be seen. So I mean, it's not like I really hit it that well. So secrets will only be in built-up areas around the map where secret passages can be constructed. See, it's just what I said. So most secrets you encounter are under your nose. They could be hidden in cracks in the wall, behind a hidden door, or revealed by the flick of a lever. So let's put this back. Let's see, is it over this way? Maybe there's like some kind of secret in... Ooh, look at that, it's a secret lever. We are able to go ahead and pull that, be able to go through. By the way, these doors are always open. That's just how they were placed. So that's just how it is. Anyway, tutorial part 8, the thanks. Thank you for trying out this map. This has been an amazing project to work on for the past few months. For the past few months, and I hope you enjoyed the storyline and effort I put into this world. If you also want to check out my other Minecraft and varied content creation doings, you can go to my main YouTube channel, Allies All Around, or follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Allies All Around. But enough of that. I wish you good luck on your mission, recruit. You'll need it. That's also something I kind of might consider being able to do, is like insert my YouTube link, because I actually do have one now, like youtube.com/alliesallaround. My subscriber count keeps rising. I have no idea why. It's like it doesn't feel like I should be like getting a lot more subs subscribing to the channel at the moment. But either way, Mission 1, Femflower, FI for Finance, Finance Department. Anyway, there are arrows pointing this way, and we'll go this way first. Some people like to go the other way first, and that's fine. I mean, you can really explore both. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But it's intern Steven with his new look. I forgot villagers actually changed because I was expecting to have our nice little white coat guy who would be able to give us our nice little mission. But now he has glasses on. He almost looks more intense, you know, because he has the glasses and the well, he always had the monobrow, but he just like, you know, seems like he's focused a lot more on his job now and isn't too like upbeat and all that. But of course he is all upbeat and all that. So what does he say? He says, "Hello, I am intern Steven. I welcome you to Aztech Labs. Don't mind the funny name. This has always been quite a brilliant place. Normally, Dr. Martin would be here to direct you in the labs, but he is busy right now. He left you a mission log in the chest to your right. Good luck on your mission, recruit." Alright, so here it is, the Femflower by Dr. Martin. "Hello, new recruit. I welcome you to our small laboratory here. I am Dr. Martin, the CEO and founder of Aztech Labs. I am deeply sorry that I could not be there in person to give these instructions to you, but I am on another mission currently. Intern Steven should be able to help you out in my absence. Anyway, your first mission is to retrieve the Femflower from a native village in the jungle. Our scientists here at Aztech Labs believe that this may provide a possible cure to Mixon's disease, a disease which can be deadly to many who are exposed to it. We are dropping you off in a colony near the village, where you will be able to stock up on supplies and head out. When you are ready, you can head to the village and ask their leader for the flower. After collecting this item, continue forward through the village to the teleport module back to the lab. We are counting on you to collect this item, and we wish you good luck on your first mission." Thanks, Dr. Martin. I will be sure to do well. It was like definitely like that kind of thing that's like I really tried inside of the mission books to be able to tell the player exactly where they needed to go. Still sometimes, like in playtesting, unfortunately, they got a little bit stuck. And some of that could be attributed to my fault. Like, I feel like this first mission is probably the most disorienting because you're supposed to go through the nether portal first, but so many people really don't want to go through the nether portal first. So many people want to be able to instead just explore the village, you know, be able to check out all the items that are throughout. And they kind of miss out on the different opportunities of being able to check out this whole entire thing here. Oh yeah, and this is employee number 99, which I voiced in the live trailer. Hey, I totally didn't lose my office key. Don't look for it. Anyway, we have a new viewer, Kyle Plays. Hello, Kyle. We are playing Aztech Labs. It's actually a map that I created. It released 1 year ago to this day, May 24th of 2018. If you may have noticed, now it is 2019. So, yeah, it's very interesting being able to look back on this map after so long. I mean, I have modified it a little bit because, like, the villager mechanics, I changed the map a little bit for that. I edited the story... Well, not the story itself, but I edited stuff so that people could, like, you know, not be sidetracked by everything and all that kinds of stuff. But, yeah, it's just interesting actually playing through it because just being able to go through the map the way I am right now is a bit different than, you know, flying in creative, going, like, above everything because I would normally, like, break a hole in the ceiling, be able to repair it behind me and just fly off somewhere, you know. But now I'm just kind of a player rather than a creator. But anyway, how is everyone's days today? It's pretty good for me, you know, having a nice good old birthday and all, seeing all the employees once again in their nice purple uniforms. Hello, new recruit. Shouldn't you be talking with Steven? Technically I did, so take that. So anyway, crystal shards are all about here. You can read the books if you want to. I don't think that they're necessarily pertinent to the story. Well, they are pertinent to the story, but they're not necessarily necessary to the story. So anyway, key required, office of 87. This is the 99 office key, so we will not put it into there, although there is a person inside of there that would allude to the fact that you could get into the office, but spoiler alert, you can't. This is the only office that you can get into. It's just I wanted to like add the key required to all of them so that, you know, it looks more natural. It looks like, oh, this is just the way you're able to do everything. So we were able to put that in there. We have a bunch of stuff, crystal shards, ball of enchanting, and all that kinds of stuff. Now, bio budgeting. Managing the which employee is this? I think it's the one who lost his key. Employee number 99. My face was in the way, so I'm going to move up here. By employee number 99, original. So managing the biology department's finance is very annoying, especially since they produce no revenue. It's like I just take their expenses and that's my finance report. What is strange is that the biology department is currently having heavy spikes in electricity costs and purchases of equipment. I wonder if it has anything to do with the new recruit. Maybe Dr. Martin believes that the new recruit will allow for more expansion of the company in this sector. But it still generates no revenue, so my finance report will be the same as always. Kill the biology department's funding so that more resources can be spent on what actually makes this company money, the chemical labs. So there we go. Oh, right, I forgot to read the stupid keys. I grabbed the book but didn't actually do it. So before this whole entire thing, before we got into the office, we had this here. So it's also written by employee number 99, by the way. Like, whatever sector you're in, I could have probably modified that a little bit, but I just made it so that if you're in the agriculture department, you're seeing like only one employee's testimony on the labs. In this case, like the finance department, you're only getting employee number 99's opinion over everything. Yeah, I'm going to move the camera a little bit up because apparently I was slouching in my chair, and now that I'm sitting up, it looks a little bit weird. So anyway, I can't believe I lost my office key. Literally no one here at the office loses their key. Now my office is the only one vulnerable to sabotage and burglary. Not that I should be too worried. I'll get an extra from the head of finance. Hopefully no one is able to enter in the meantime. But I did. I was actually able to burgle a couple of things. Got a couple of crystal shards and bread and arrows. Apparently everyone has bread and arrows around. That was also probably something I could have changed in the map, make it a little bit more realistic. But that's fine. We can go ahead and head out, be able to actually conclude our mission. I'm just going to dump that book over there. I don't think we have anything else that really is necessary to be able to dump and do all that kind of stuff. We're just going to do this and go this way. Okay, there we go. Getting in and out of these portals is always the hardest thing because I apparently decided it was a perfect idea to just have leaves and stuff in the way so that if you're trying to get out, you sometimes wouldn't be able to. But yeah, that's just a small little quirk. Anyway, we have a nice little splash potion of poison. We can go ahead and apparently there's nothing in that chest. I'm going to get a drink of water as we go to the other chest on the other side of the farms here, though. And here we are. We have Medsley's hoe. Has sharpness 1, which is actually not possible to do now. Like, you have to be able to convert a world from the Xbox One edition to Bedrock to be able to have those kinds of things. That was also kind of an annoying thing about conversion, is that a lot of my weapons and armor and stuff, like, they had like curses on them, which were available in which were available in the console edition of Minecraft, but it's been a year and curses still aren't in the game yet. So take what you will about my opinion on Bedrock. That's just one facet of it. That's just one facet of my opinion. So anyway, let's just grab a couple of bread. A couple of bread? Yeah, I guess that makes enough sense. We probably don't need that much bread, honestly. Grab a couple of shards. I think most of these are just filled with bread. And then we have other kinds of stuff that aren't just foodstuffs, like balls of enchanting and arrows that we should be hopefully able to do. Helmet of Truth, Protection 1. That will definitely help us in the future to be able to, have armor when going against all kinds of different monsters and things in the future. So there we go. We have a little bit of armor. I guess I could have bought the boots from the tutorial, but that's fine. We do have a shirt of peace here for the time being. I will probably find some boots later on the map. I didn't like purposefully make it so that the only boots in the game are in the tutorial, Although that would have been funny. I could have just like sold like a pair of diamond boots or something and been like, yep, you have to buy this, Otherwise you're just wasting an opportunity. But I didn't. I should probably leave those doors open just to make sure that I remember I actually went into that house already. We can go here. Here we have another person. This whole entire opening area has a lot of like Easter eggs that people probably wouldn't recognize just because they're things that come from a version of the map that never released, like Acna's stew here. This is just a little thing of rabbit stew that was like put into the map, because it was leftovers from the different like stuff you got in the original village. Because I basically created the beginning of Aztech Labs and tore the whole thing down because of how I really didn't like how it was turning out. So yeah, that's basically that. And I ended up having different stuff like Acna's stew, the cursed cake, which I realized later on that actually is kind of funny how it turned out like that. The cursed cake was originally just going to be like a little gimmick thing of like, oh, it's cursed. It's like this ancient evil that's like trying to be able to betray you or whatever. And it was originally supposed to not do anything, but it turns out that the cake actually is cursed in that you can't eat it. Oh, a cake you can't eat. How evil of a map this is that you can't eat the cakes. There's actually no cake in the map other than the cursed cake, which like is also kind of sad that you actually can't have cake in this map. But anyway, it's like I'm trying to remember my train of thought. But yeah, it's like a lot of just the items here. Like, I think the only other thing that's like a remnant of the previous map is the portal there, Richard and Roger, which I think I will actually go over there and show you guys because I completely like glossed over it at the beginning of this Let's Play. I need to move my chair over here so I'm not as uncentered anymore. Because Richard and Roger, like, they were originally nitwits, but for the first edition, up until, I think this version of the map, because I think this version of the map was the one in which I changed the villagers to be able to, it was like a short hotfix in which I just changed the villagers so that they would actually, like, look correct inside of their respective places in the world. But this one's like, oh, I don't know anything about your quest. Perhaps Roger knows some information about it all, because that's Richard. Over here, I don't know anything about your quest. Perhaps Richard knows some information about it all, because this is Roger. And there was another guy over here that said, oh, don't listen to, like, Richard and Roger. They're just a bunch of nitwits. Like, everything you should know is, like, behind you. And there was, like, a whole entire, like, rules board and stuff that was, like, around here. But, yeah, that completely changed. Like, there's still a episode on Behind the Frontline where I go more in detail of what it looked like, and I like flew through it or played through it a little bit to be able to show it off. But yeah, it was quite weird. That was such a weird joke that I just decided to keep it in. It's a lame joke. But I'm glad that they changed the villagers because now nitwits actually are in the game. Nitwits are in the Bedrock edition of Minecraft now. They weren't originally. They became farmers once I converted the world from the console edition. But now it's all fixed. It's all good. There's a whole entire start here thing and all that. But anyway, let's actually read this. This is Aztech Labs by history, I believe. Yeah, by history. I mean, it was kind of weird to be able to try and come up with like names for what everything's supposed to be. So by history, I mean it's just a history textbook. I mean I don't want to necessarily create another character that's you have to assume is a historian. You know, I feel like that would have been a little bit hard to follow in the storyline. But either way, we have this here. Let me drink a bit. I haven't streamed in a long time. I probably should have stayed a little bit more hydrated before I did this. So I apologize for that at the moment. So anyway, founded in 1986 by Dr. Martin, Aztech Labs is a company specializing in the production of cleaning products and other household chemicals. The Aztec part of their name is based upon their outposts in the jungle from ancient Aztec ruins to villages. These outposts are where the labs get their resources from to produce their products. From these outposts, recruits of the company scout out new materials to use for the laboratory in multiple places throughout the jungle. Using state-of-the-art Aztech technology, scientists in the chemical labs then break down these raw ingredients into usable chemical substances. Customers love the natural ingredients deep from the jungle in these innovative new substances, allowing for the growing success of this business. Aztech Labs is a growing business that will likely see even more progress for years to come. Aw, how nice is that? Aztech Labs is such a great company. I'm glad I work for them. So anyway, let's actually like get rid of the cursed cake as well. It's just going to like take up room in our inventory. So we'll just leave it there. I believe we've gotten everything. I think there was like another house, but that's fine. We don't really need to go into that house. Here we can go into the cave. I do remember some hidden chest locations, so I'm going to show those to you guys here. See, there's one right here that you're able to go ahead and sneakily get a couple of arrows and a crystal shard and all kinds of different stuff there. Able to keep going through here. Set off a tripwire that has cave spiders, which apparently don't attack you immediately for some reason. You just are able to go past them, at least like for the first bit. Like I normally try and like not attack them until they attack me. But of course that doesn't seem to be working all that well right now. I should probably use my bow and arrow so I can actually attack them from range, since I do appear to be losing quite a bit of health. I know there's one more. I don't want to like have it like kill me. It is just hidden behind that foliage, so maybe I'll just leave it there for now. But yeah, we can go ahead and get this hidden chest here, which some people do get. It's like by retracing your steps and looking behind you, it is one where you can just about see like the brownness of the chest to be able to catch up onto that. But yeah, we can just go ahead and head through this whole entire part of the jungle into here. And here we have this area. We can just go ahead and get these guys here with a bow and arrow because we have a lot of arrows. We are able to gather a lot of arrows inside this map. Oh yeah, also by the way, when this map was first released, whenever you like renamed a spawn egg, like I intended it so that like I named all the spawn eggs so that you would like have the different like cool messages like above there and like the death messages too. I haven't tested if death messages work in that way in this edition of the game. I probably should have right then to be like, oh, was I slain by cave spider or was I slain by like cave crawler or whatever I called them. But yeah, originally those name tags didn't appear, but they changed it in an update. I forgot when, but they did like change it up a bit so that now it actually like works and it's cool. But anyway, Sunfire, you gotta go. All right, hopefully you have a good rest of your day, And yep, I will have a pretty good stream here, be able to catch up a little bit on Aztech Labs. I have been meaning to play it for a while now, but playing on the anniversary probably is the best time, if any time, to be able to do this. So yeah, I don't feel too bad about waiting. So here we are. We are in a whole entire new place here. The thing about this is that I kind of wish I built it a little bit differently. Like, as much as it kind of looks cool to be able to go here and be like, whoa, it's like you're also greeted by a giant staircase, and I just think that it would be better if, you had a bridge out and we're able to see like all these kinds of different interconnected houses. My building has gotten better over time. This was built like really early on in the process of building Aztech Labs, so I feel like if I maybe rebuilt this just like I had to rebuild the beginning of the map, it probably would have turned out better, but it's what it is. I don't think that I'm going to change it at this point. It's fine. It's just a lesson that I eventually learned, and one that, not too much I really care about doing. We didn't build a secluded village to be pestered about flowers. Yeah, it's like this kind of dialogue. I don't want any signs to say like, oh, you said this, because I like the player to have like his own mind, like their own mind, to be able to go ahead and think for themselves. So I didn't necessarily like how these guys are like talking as though you asked them about a flower, because like this is basically like alluding to the fact that you asked them about a flower. Like, hey, do you know where a flower is? Hey, do you know where a flower is? Like that whole entire thing is like, it was just something that like I had as a gimmick for my life update. But it's fine. So why do you keep asking about a femflower? What business is it? But yeah, it's like I got a bunch of different chests all over the place that I'm able to go ahead and get. This is a helmet of hope. I mean, I think my helmet of truth is better. It has like protection on it, so I might keep that one. Like if I have to like choose between different items, I probably will try and do that. But for now, I'm just going to worry about all this kinds of stuff. So here we have that guy there. Have a nice ladder leading up where I think there was chests up here. Yep, there was a chest here. See, we do have boots. Snazzy boots with unbreaking. So, honestly, if you bought the black boots and realized, oh, apparently there are snazzy boots here all along, you probably would have been a little bit upset, but yeah. Hindsight is, in fact, 20/20, as they say. So let's head on downward, go down this ladder to be able to head on to new and great places. Maybe our village leader has the femflower. He's on the big tree. Oh, right, we were trying to get the femflower, weren't we? We should probably head back to the big tree to be able to get that. So I believe that's the big tree right there. We can go ahead around this way. I'm just going to jump here. Be able to climb up over to here. And here we go. All the way up here. And here's the village leader. What? You wanted the femflower? We have tons of those. Here, just take one from the chest. Good luck. Yep, I remember with the new update, I ended up just being able to have him be a cartographer so that he would look pretty much all right. You know, he has a monocle. You know, you would expect him to be the village leader if he has a monocle. So anyway, we have femflower right here. Probably if there was another thing I would change about Aztech Labs, it would be the fact that, you know, it says we have tons of those and there's only one in the chest. I probably would have said we have tons of those here. I'll put one in the chest for you to have. You know, like that would make more sense to be able to have it be like that. You know, it would just make sure that the player isn't misconstrued about the fact that we have tons of those and it doesn't seem like they have tons of those. It just only has one. So let's go down. Oh, right, I forgot. We have another chest plate, which I think is better than the one we have, because I think the one we have is actually only leather. So we can go ahead and trade the shirt of peace for the heart. Yeah, the heart of Esdira. I did have to use like a website that, I mean, I'm not exactly sure if it's correct. I feel like it's correct, but like I tried to use it for like coming up with names that were of Aztec relation for like a bunch of the armor. Originally, I also was going to have like people be named that. Like I think Mahon was one person who was like the Richard and Roger person who said, "Oh, they're just a bunch of nitwits." Like that was an Aztec name. Although I don't know if it was actually Mahon, so like don't quote me that that's an Aztec name. It's just that was what the generator said. So it wasn't a direction I wanted to go with. It was more like, I wanted the Aztec part to be more, they're in a jungle, there's some Aztec ruins, but I don't think that we need actual Aztec people to be still living at the time of this map. This is definitely a very modern map. So anyway, this is written by Dr. Martin, by the way. I didn't actually mention that as I picked this up. So, I see you have accomplished your mission to retrieve the Femflower. Now that you have proven yourself useful, I have another task for you. This time, I send you to a deeper section of the jungle where you will be able to find the quag grass. Ancient tales spoke of this turf being able to stop disease, and scientists at the lab wish to observe these antibiotic properties. We send you to investigate whether these claims are true or not. Unfortunately, our teleportation system is unable to bring you very close to this other village due to the extremely thick foliage. We are dropping you off at a post where you can find mules and other supplies to aid you in quicker travel. In the laboratory, you are currently inside of the agricultural department. Your next module will be within the sector as well. Intern Steven will be by the AG banners to wish you good luck on your mission. Next to Steven will be another tube deposit where you can place the quag grass after you are finished. I hope you will succeed in bringing us this grass. And this was something I changed, I think, in the most recent update. I forget when I did this, but I had like now entering signs of like, you are now entering the agricultural department, because I wanted to like make it a little bit better when I was releasing it to MCPEDL, which is Minecraft Pocket Edition downloads, that kind of like a website thing for you to be able to download the map from. That has actually really skyrocketed all the downloads to the map. Before I uploaded to the website, it was around 200, like maybe a little bit over. Now the map, I think, is over 6,000 downloads. I don't know the exact number, but like most of the downloads of the map are from that website. I could add it to Planet Minecraft, but I just don't really believe that much. I don't think Planet Minecraft's a bad website, but it's just that I want a website where you can guarantee, oh, these are adventure maps for the Bedrock Edition, these are adventure maps for the Java Edition. Planet Minecraft doesn't have that. It only has a section for adventure maps, and I don't like that. I don't like the fact that people might be deceived by my map by being all like, oh, yeah, I can't put this into my like Java Worlds folder. Well, of course you can't, because it's not designed for that. But yeah, it's what it is. It's just something I have to deal with. So anyway, we have a shop here. All kind of lame items. I feel like I didn't actually change the items in this shop from what they originally were when I first built this map, the first time before I failed. So like this is, like I wish I like did change the items, because most of these items are kind of lame. Like Golden Apple is good, Unbreaking is good, but Bane of Arthropods, that kind of gives the illusion that, you might be fighting more spiders later on, and you do, but not to the extent that you need Bane of Arthropods, you know? But yeah, then we also have Night Vision. I wish I got rid of this one. Honestly, the map is pretty well lit. You don't really need Night Vision. I just left it because maybe some content creators wanted to be able to have night vision, and they were all like, oh, I don't trust that the map is going to be completely well lit. It's what it is. It's really cheap, so if you want night vision, you can get it because, you know, you get a lot of crystal shards throughout the map. It's not that hard to do it. Anyway, let's actually demonstrate like something with the chest of cheating. So some people don't know how these work. Let's just say like you're trying to like cheat and be all like, oh, I'm going to input bread into the system to be able to buy some unbreaking books. That's actually what this is for. Like, because some people like were confused when it's like for cheaters. What's up with that? And they never did cheat to realize what it was for. So I ended up just kind of. I wish I explained that better. But yeah, you can go ahead and put stuff there. It goes through. You can also put stuff here. So we can go ahead and buy ourselves an unbreaking book. Probably don't really need one, but we're going to do that anyway. I'm going to also get myself a gold. Nah, I think there are enchanted apples later. I don't think that getting a golden apple is really that imperative right now. But yeah, is there anything that I really want unbreaking on? Because we do get better equipment later on as well. So perhaps the helmet, but I feel like the helmet might get replaced like very, very soon. I might do it anyway. Like I might actually let's just do it on the hoe because who knows if we can find a sword in time, and by putting on the hoe, it makes it so that we can go ahead and make it good. Although it actually already has Unbreaking 2 on it, doesn't it? It will only cost 1 XP level, so it's probably worth it. Yeah, that's 1 bottle of enchanting I was able to use up there. So we can also rename it. Do we want to? I mean, Noctaka's Impaler is a pretty cool name. But yeah, we'll keep it that way. So there we go. Now it's Unbreaking 3 instead of Unbreaking 2. Unfortunately, that did cost us 5 shards just to upgrade it just that little bit. But that's fine. We can go ahead and continue on our journey. So let's actually go into the band, like this area here. So intern Steven is here. You have most definitely proven yourself in retrieving that fem flower for Dr. Martin. He is most happy with your progress. Once you have retrieved the quadgrass from your next mission, you may place it in the tube deposit behind you. Make sure you're careful during your mission. I wouldn't want you to injure yourself. I like how that's the voice I chose for intern Steven. Like, intern Steven can have whatever voice you want him to, as well as Dr. Martin. You never hear their voices, but like, you know, I enjoy those voices just because they're a little bit wacky, you know. But here, let's get out of here. There we go. We're actually out. It is 4:02, so we actually have already done 1 hour of live stream. We have done 1 mission, but we also haven't done much else. But yeah, it's hot in here. I feel like because we left the windows open, the air conditioning isn't doing as well for me right now. So if I am feeling a little bit on the downside or on the I don't know side, it's because that I feel like I want to close these windows. How about it is getting hotter today, so how about let's just go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to go ahead and set up the technical difficulty screen. So I will be back, but it'll just be a little bit while I try and close these windows so that I don't just like mess everything up. So yeah, be back in just a second. Alright, we should be back. The restream chat is back as well. I'll have to adjust the CSS so that it ends up actually working, theoretically. We had troubles at the beginning of the stream. I don't want it to have been messed up just because of the technical difficulties. Think that's kind of unfortunate that it's kind of not really working that well. Maybe it'll just have to be the way it is. Oh, that seems to work. That seems to have worked. There we go. I'm going to send another test message just to confirm that it actually is good. There we go. We got from Twitch, and then we should get from YouTube very shortly. There we go. Anyway, while I was closing the windows and turning on my fan, I also seized the opportunity to go ahead and get myself a donut because it is my birthday after all. So you can't complain at me that I am able to do this. So now I can go ahead and have a little bit of that maple bar and continue on our journey through the Aztec ruins and other stuff to be able to retrieve the quag grass this time, I believe, is the mission we're on. So I can head that way. Also, we also have a name tag called Trevor because that's actually another Easter egg that I probably wouldn't have had if it wasn't for my sneak previews with Sunfire, which was really fun to record, by the way. Like, I'm kind of sad that he's not here right now for me to be able to just shout him out and say, "Yo, glad you were able to do that so long ago." But yeah, it's like what was I saying? So Trevor, I believe that he was on top of the mule Molly. Yeah, Molly here. And he was all like, "I shall name him Trevor." And I'm like, you realize they are named already, right? He like chose the horse Molly. And apparently wanted to throw that on the ground. But yeah, he just went through it throughout. So I decided, you know what? This is just going to be a little allusion to anyone who remembers that promotional content and say, yep, this, if you want to, you can go ahead and grab, well, really any of them, but I'm going to go ahead and rename Molly Trevor because why not, you know? But anyway, we also can get like items from each of these. Jack has some stuff as well. Lucy, or Toby has that. Lucy has crystal shard and fire resistance, which is awesome. So anyway, let's go ahead and grab Trevor again and be able to go off on our magical journey through the Aztec jungle while I have a little bit more donut. And then we come across our first snag. I also kind of like how they spawn in. It goes like boop, 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 you know? Like that there's like a repeater in between like every single one. It does reduce the lag that way because like of the redstone timing. Like spawning multiple entities at once does take up a bit more power than it does like to be able to do them one at a time. I think I changed some of my redstone to do just that even. But that was also mostly more of a problem on the console edition of Minecraft than it was on Bedrock. For some reason, like I feel like it was mostly just how like block updates happened in the game because like it was based off of Java Redstone, and Java Redstone is very, you know, it's stable, but it's not very stable. It doesn't work as intended. Anyway, this is like a secret that most people miss. Um, this right here. Oh, we do get a sword. The Demon Banisher. Maybe I should have waited to use my Unbreaking book in that case then. You can go ahead and grab these. We can also probably put back the Qualgrass mission since I don't think we actually need that one. I would suggest that if you're playing this map, well, I'm not like necessarily saying it's any specific person, but in general, if you're playing this map, I would suggest keeping the book at hand so that you can make sure you can reread it and be like, yep, I know, like I can confirm that this is my mission. That's exactly why they're even written in books in the first place, is so that you can like take them with you. But obviously, not all books are meant to be taken with you either, like this one. So this is like, what was this written by? Mythology, I think. Yep, Mythology. This one is a book that I created. Like I wrote it. It's an original story. It's not actually like based in Aztec mythology. The broad concept of Aztech Labs is based in mythology because it follows the story of being able to like have 5 different items that are like based off of greed. But that's a very rough idea. I forgot even what that was called. I'm going to look it up. I'm also going to try and look at the pronunciation too, because I'm almost certain that if I try and do it, I'm going to butcher it. So, Aztec mythology. Oh, of course. My map is actually going to completely make me misspell Aztec, like, forever on, because whenever I spell Aztec, I subconsciously just spelt it with an H, when that's not how it's spelt at all. It's just that H is the map. So, Aztec mythology. Cause what was it? Quetzalcoatl, I think it was. I don't think that's correct. Maquil? The 5 Sons, I think might have been what I tried to do in it. The thing is, I wrote it down in my like idea book, but I don't have that near me at the moment, so I can't actually check to see like what the actual name of it was. But yeah, it was like, it was some kind of god of like gluttony and greed and stuff, and there was like, it was one entity, but there were like 5 of them. So that was like the basic idea. So this story is like based off of that. So let's go ahead and actually read it. So Maquil was a troublemaker, but he was not a bad man. Maquil loved indulging in the joys of life. Often he would overeat, overdrink, and oversleep. The other men of his tribe did not like Maquil, as they thought he didn't keep up with his work like the rest of them did. They called him Maquil the King of Gluttony. But Maquil did not care. In fact, he enjoyed this, for he knew a way that he could show his worth for all his tribe. He gathered together 5 items. Maquil flour, check. Maquil grass, almost check. Maquil vulture, eventually check. Maquil rabbit, yeah, later on. Maquil lizard, that one was something that I had to really work on to link that back to the map, because those actually are what it is. Actually, maybe if I look up those: Aztec, flower, grass, vulture, rabbit, lizard. Because if I do like that, I can go ahead and like look at it. So yeah, 5 rabbit, 5 flower, grass, lizard, and vulture. So who? Oh, this is like a beer website. That's interesting. Based on Aztec mythology, Ahueteteo. Because if I look at that on Wikipedia, yep, it has the 5 things: the 5 vulture, 5 lizard, 5 grass, 5 rabbit, and 5 flower. 5 vulture was the god gluttony, 5 rabbit, the god of drunkenness, 5 flower, the god of gambling and music, and an aspect of some other thing I can't pronounce. Ah, but that's where McKeel came from, because although this is Ahoe a Teteo, or like the other name is Maquil Talake. I'm just going to like create a new source just so that I can like have that be on the side just because it's kind of annoying me. So like so add new source, font family Arial, font size Ahue. Let's change the font a little bit bigger. Gods of excess and pleasure. So it's Ahue Teto, like I was saying, or Makil Danake. I really don't know the pronunciation. Even Wikipedia doesn't know the pronunciation, so I don't know what else I'm supposed to be able to do in that case. So so you can go ahead and have it like that. I'm just going to move it there. So that's that. I'm just going to keep it in the corner there for I don't know how long. I'm probably going to just get rid of it soon, but for now it's there. So then, with these newly acquired items, McKeel mixed them together to create a substance that would make any mortal man live forever. The people of the village were shocked by McKeel's quest for immortality, so they banished him from the tribe. Then they stole McKeel's 5 items and scattered them all over the Aztec jungle. The legend states that these items can still be found today, and anyone who finds them can cure their disease forever. The cost, however, is to become ugly and lose all sense of humanity. It is said that before the tribe stole McKeel's ingredients, McKeel was able to use them himself. Ashamed, I almost thought that was a name, Ashamed. Ashamed, he banished himself to an alternate dimension, where he lives as a flying beast, angry at anything he comes across. Guess who that is? And if we have to deal with him later. So, there we go. The legend of McKeel is now read. And I'm also a little bit glad that I was able to get that whole entire thing worked out. Can I like put like perhaps like a border? I don't know. It doesn't seem like I have a way of being able to have it like be outlined. Oh, I do have a way of having it be outlined. Actually, I just caught it. I can just make this completely black. Make it a little bit bigger. So there we go. Now we have that all set up. Also, there's a tripwire hook right here that I've been trying to slack off doing. So let's just have one more bite of a donut, and we'll What will happen? Donuts are good. Oh, he's actually like, there's a little baby zombie on top of him. That's interesting. Yep. Very good at hitting me, but I'm very bad at hitting him. So, there we go. We're able to do that. There's probably still a couple of stragglers, and we're just not going to worry about them. I tried to design it so you couldn't go ahead and, like, go past them, but, I mean, it is a strategy. It is just a strategy of, like, you know, not going into battle and trying to go ahead and live another day. But either way, we'll be able to just continue on here. I definitely feel a lot colder now that I've closed the windows and been able to turn on the fan, so that's very nice. Now I can get rid of this guy here. Be able to use my standard bow to be able to fend them off. Hopefully I'll be able to get a new bow here relatively soon, since this one isn't that great. I mean, I did get a new sword, but that's, you know, it's not that great of a sword anyway. So we can go ahead and continue on. Here we actually have a place to set our spawn and mule parking as well. So you can go ahead and park Trevor there and sleep and eat. But since it is eternally night, it actually doesn't set the day, or set it to day, rather. And as much as I probably, like, would have allowed people to be able to go ahead and travel the jungle in the daytime, if there wasn't the fact that, like, they changed it so that now respawn points can be reset, like, in daytime. Like, you don't have to actually sleep in a bed to be able to reset your spawn. I'm glad that I kept it this way, just because the jungle looks so much better at night. I mean, look how mystical this place looks, and how, like, the light is shining through the paths. It just looks so much nicer, you know? But yeah, that's that. And now we can continue on towards death and be able to hopefully, you know, not have so much death involved in this whole entire thing. Well, but yeah, you get to see, like, a little bit of a peek if you're looking at the right angle in the top left-hand corner, but I still make it so that the big reveal is once you, like, turn that corner. I really tried my best to be able to make sure that this was, like, the big reveal. And some people really did like that. They did, like, oh, you can see, like, the temple from there. It's like, oh, all awesome and mystical. But yeah, anyway, we don't actually want to pull that lever, but there is stuff here that we're able to get, so we can go ahead and grab this chest here to be able to get some fire resistance, a chain head, and all that kind of stuff. But we really don't want to do that. But yeah, this is actually the first ever redstone maze I create. Well, is it the first I think it is. I think it is actually the first redstone maze I ever created. And the second one I created, I ended up just having it be, like, a completely separate world. I don't even think I made a video on it. Like, I was going to, but the person I wanted to collab with was a little bit not himself that day, to say the very least. And I just kind of completely deleted the footage and was all like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't need to be able to release a video on this, you know. But anyway, I can reorganize my tabs a little bit more. And now we need to be able to continue on forward. There we go. all the way that way. Have some stuff in this chest, yo. Gold runners, apparently. I think that's better than our current ones, because I think our current ones are, yep, they're just normal. We can go ahead and get that. Open this up. So we'll head back. This parkour isn't that hard anyway. I mean, it's not hard to me anyway. I feel like some people might fail it quite a bit, but yeah. But yeah, this is like a really awesome thing that I'm glad I figured out. Because if you look in the dispensers, there's nothing. There's nothing there. But I set it up like just like the no cheat shops, so that like once you go ahead and open the chest, they dispense anyway. They're able to go ahead and be inputted into the dispensers by the dropper behind them, and then the then the dispenser is thus activated immediately afterwards. So that is something that I do quite enjoy. Just that little bit of redstone knowledge and being able to get that all sorted. But yeah, we can just continue onwards. And again, I'm not getting every single secret chest. You might want to be able to search a little bit more for them yourself if you want to be able to do them. But I know for a fact we missed 2 of them. We missed 2 secret chests so far in just this area. I'm sure that some other people's Let's Plays of this map also have seen the chest, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. Yeah, we have another hoe. Sharpness 5 though. I'm probably going to get rid of that one and that one because both of them are only like sharpness 1s. Like, and already we have like a better thing there, as well as a sword. I feel like I should be just using the sword, since I just don't think that we're going to need these at all. Like, this one is most definitely the best scythe, or the best hoe, I guess, because they are just hoes. But this one is like the best weapon that are of that class, because it has that sharpness and fire aspect. But you also probably want unbreaking if you're going to use it, just because of the fact that it's a wooden one and will break a lot quicker. Oh, right, we didn't actually pull down that lever. So let's go ahead and go back this way. Be able to go ahead, get this here. I was like looking here. Am I able to get that? I don't think I am. I think I purposefully tried to make it so that you couldn't reach, which is good. That's actually what I wanted. But yeah, we can go ahead and do this. Bam, we have another bow. Awesome. We can go ahead and just put that bow elsewhere. Have some arrows of poison and all of that. All that kinds of stuffs. Go up all the way here. And then get these guys to go ahead and spawn. The Temple's Curse. I do like that these were actually like able to like be, you can like see their names, because like the fact that they're Endermites, like they look a little bit out of place, but yeah, like having them be called the Temple's Curse, it's like as you swing at them, I just like that little effect. It's like, oh yeah, it's like this is what you get for trying to trespass into the temple, and like how dare you be able to try and invade the privacy of who knows. There we go. I'm sure there's some others, but that was the majority of them, so we should be fine mostly here. There we go. I think there was also a secret chest here. Yep, there was. Go ahead and get that. Couple of crystal shards and all that. Some bread and stuff. Probably didn't need that much bread. I kind of went against my own like thought process of, oh, I don't need to be able to get all this bread. I just kind of got it anyway. But yeah, once you get to the top, there is a lever that will turn on the nether portal, and it'll open these, because as you can see here, you can't actually enter here and just skip out the entire maze. Like, by doing this, you're able to actually head backwards and be able to go there. But, you know, we also have our main goal of getting the quad grass. So there we go. We can head back now and be all happy and celebrate. To be able to go forward, we just do airlock overwrite, and it opens it for us, so that we actually go back to that temple when we want to as well. Which we probably will if I remember, because there is one secret that I actually did cover in a video. Oh, I shouldn't have used my sword. Look at how damaged it is. But yeah, it's like I did mention it. I did like showcase it in a video. Like it was the same one that we like collaborated with Sunfire to be able to show off this mission like all together. But yeah, it was like a very interesting thing. We're not actually going to read like most of these employee stories. If you want to, you can like by downloading the map. But it's just that I know for a fact that it will be a lot of reading if we go ahead and do all of them. So it's more like if you want to, you can. I think that some of the interesting ones, like the ones that I consider interesting, I'm going to go ahead. Well, I mean, all of them are interesting to me. I just love the stories that like interconnect inside of this laboratory. But it's more like the ones that I think that would really be interesting to other people are the ones that I'm probably going to really try and make sure that I do read. Like, I think the stories inside the chemical labs, those ones are important. Those ones I am going to read to you guys. Of course, we are starting to run to the end of the stream. We got another 30 minutes, so we're not exactly at the end. But I know that I'm not going to finish this adventure map in this one stream. Anyway, we can put that into the tube deposit. We get another mission. And here we go. Thank you for retrieving the quadgrass for me. I know that the expedition may have been quite dangerous for you to handle. And I'll admit, the next mission is not much better. I need you to go into an underground ruin to retrieve what is known as the Vite Flesh. We've been informed that this item is able to reverse aging, a resource that the biology department will research further. For now, all you need to worry about is getting to the ruin. From the engineering department, you'll be transported deep into the jungle. If you need help finding the engineering department, it is downstairs in the basement. You'll want to go to the lowest level for your mission. Once again, Intern Steven is eagerly awaiting for you at the EG banners, and you will be able to put the Vite Flesh in this container when you are done. You will see once you go through the module in the engineering department that we've set up camp for you outside, so you may rest there if you wish. There's a labyrinth inside that none of our scouts have been able to surpass. I hope that from your success in the past, I can trust you to retrieve this item for me. Alrighty then. I almost kind of wish that I like put like skeletons inside of like the random like locations all about, because that would have been kind of funny. It's like, oh, those must have been the other recruits that weren't able to do stuff. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and like hide the text in the top corner of the screen there. If anyone gets curious about it, I can like go ahead and put it back, but I'm not sure who's watching the stream right now. I haven't really been watching if, you know, we're actually like getting a giant crowd of people or what. But anyway, this office door wasn't actually open before, but it just opened because this is actually where the quadgrass is being monitored. You can see that we have this whole entire X-ray module thing where you can turn on and off the switch for it to be able to go ahead and analyze it. Then we also have this guy here. I suggest you leave this office. Alright, I suggest you leave. This is a private office. Well, nah, I'm just gonna look through your stuff anyway. He's not gonna mind that much, you know. He says things, but he also like isn't going to act on them to make sure that I leave. So anyway, 1990, 12:30. Dr. Martin was optimistic about the quadgrass, and that stands to reason. After deep investigation over this strange plant within an Aztec temple, I have found that it has anti-mutation properties. We have cloned the plant to produce various copies, one of them here to experiment on. Through our trials, we have found that X-rays have no effect on the plant and it resists any changes to its DNA structure. We don't know how this works, but I will report this information to Dr. Martin. After further experimentation, we may be able to apply this to humans and allow for us to not be harmed by what are normally very risky X-ray examinations. If only that was true. But again, this is all like mostly pseudoscience stuff. So most of the time, if there's experiments going on in Aztech Labs, it's probably not able to actually be done in real life. But yeah, add these signs here. This is the chemistry labs here. We don't need to go there. We actually need to go to laboratory engineering for a mission on the Vite Flesh. That's what we were able to read earlier. And while we go, I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more water. Alright. You are now entering laboratory engineering. Although I know there's also a chest here, so I'm going to grab it. And there we go. Of course. Should I do that now? We'll wait a bit. We'll wait until the end of this mission, how about? Because typically you can actually go to the place I'm thinking of, like right now. Like whenever. But yeah, it's like there's a certain point in the map that is really best for you to go ahead and do stuff. There, we can go ahead and remove these for the Fia Steel. Got some engineers here, employee 71's here just chilling. And oh, here's downstairs. That's where we said we needed to go, so that's where we shall go. And you can technically go through like all these like furnaces and stuff. Like there is stuff inside of them. I wouldn't suggest it. I would suggest just picking randomly and settling with whatever you find, because it's a lot of furnaces. You're going to just drive yourself crazy by going through all of them. Then we can go ahead and do that. Get a couple of crystal shards dispensed towards our faces. Pick those up and travel on. I also like how the like these guys used to just be butchers, I think. Like they're what are they now? They're weaponsmith, so that must mean they're a blacksmith then. So these guys used to be like the white apron. I don't know exactly what that would be called, but it's like these guys are like are now blacksmiths, so they look cooler. You know, this guy lost an eye by going ahead and you know, having an accident happen inside of his daily routine when doing inspections or whatever. And here we have Steven again. So, I can't believe you made... Okay. I can't believe you made it through the ancient temple holding the quaggrass. Surely you are our best recruit yet. While the quaggrass may have been difficult to retrieve, the Vite Flesh is even more so. I do wish you good luck in your expedition, and I hope you don't get maimed or burned in the process. Aw, very considerate, Intern Steven. I hope you don't get maimed or burned while I, yeah, do the actual hard bit of the mission while you, stand here and, talk. So anyway, tube deposit. This is where we're going to be able to put the Vite Flesh when we're done. Just cheating, just to make sure that you don't go ahead and put any random item inside. And, yeah. We can go ahead to our mission here. Mission 3, Vite Flesh. If there is one thing I would change about... I feel like I've said this before, actually. There's a lot of things I would change about Aztech Labs, but I'm like, it's fine. It's just fine. But one thing I would change is I would make it so that the nether portal for the mission is in the same room as where Intern Steven is. Because I feel like people get confused when they see the EG banners and they're all like, oh, like, I don't think that's my mission, and they like see all kinds of like other stuff like all about, you know. Apparently I'm able to bounce on the bed even though I'm not actually on the bed. I'm on like this grass block here. It's just that because I'm like a little bit over it, acts like I'm bouncing on it. But anyway, let's just like set our spawn. Be able to make sure it's all nice and dandy. Maybe, I mean, I haven't put anything in the other chest yet. There will be a point in this mission where I will put stuff in the other chest. Let's just say that. Actually, we should put some stuff in, just so that we can collect more items later on. I'm sure we'll get a bunch more bread, so we can just leave that there. All the armor that we've collected, we don't really need to keep on us because those are like backup items anyway. And yeah, we'll call that good. I think I might put Acne Stew here just so that I might actually eat it instead of just leaving it to do nothing. Put all the crystal shards in because there's nothing wrong with putting crystal shards inside the ender chest since you're not really going to need them at a time where an ender chest isn't available. Like if you didn't notice, the shops everywhere actually like have ender chests inside of them, you know. They're always like right by where you need to be able to buy your different items. But yeah, we can go down into this temple here, very overgrown and all that stuff, but eventually it stops being so overgrown and it just becomes normal because, you know, it's a little bit more down into the ruins where the outside foliage isn't going to be able to work its way in without risking like not being able to sustain itself through its photosynthesis processes, you know, or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are some things that don't need the sun to be able to produce their own food, but not things that would be found in a jungle. Let's leave that up for now. They're going to fight themselves just for a bit here. Going to make sure that I'm not in the way and now. I think this is like kind of a funny standoff, you know. Be able to push this guy a little bit closer to the other. Oh, he was able. I just hit him, and then the crossfire was able to kill the other guy. That's funny. It's like just able to have that little bit of luck there. Yeah, I'll be able to push this guy closer just so that they're able to actually hit each other and not miss. There we go. And now I can get that guy in one hit. Probably not the way it was intended to be built. Actually, I know it was not the way it was intended to be built, since I was the one who made this. But yeah, it's, I guess, one way to be able to take care of all the skeletons. Anyway, we were able to get a brand new chest plate from that by being able to not pull down the lever immediately. We can also be able to actually pull it down, so we can go ahead and go across the parkour that's later on. And most people don't do this, but I'm going to unflick that lever because that's actually something you do need to do if you want to get the maximum amount of items in this area. So this maze I'm going to try and give a comprehensive guide on like all the things you need to do to be able to get all the secrets. I don't think it's hard because this maze doesn't have any cracks in the walls. So because there's no cracks in the walls, it shouldn't be hard for me to be able to like assure you guys that, yep, we should be able to just go to all parts of the maze and call it good because, you know, we have explored all parts of the maze. There's not going to be any weird secrets that will have been missed later on. So anyway, go across here, and there we go. We'll go here, be able to collect all the items from this chest here, and continue on our way. We will need to go back there eventually to be able to pull that cyan lever back down again, but for now it's fine. There we go. Be able to get him. And yeah, there we go. My sword is nearly dead though. Like seriously, this like sword, I really thought that it was going to be my savior, but I probably should have kept one of the hoes because to get it I would need to like go back all the way up to the ender chest, and that's a really long way away now. But anyway, go ahead and do that. Now that's open here. This thing is open here now, so you can go ahead and grab the items here. Oh, we do have another bow. It's power 3. This is a standard bow. That one only has power 1. Yeah, this one's definitely the better option. It doesn't have unbreaking, but we do know that we have a shop that allows us to get an unbreaking 3 book. So we might be able to put that on to our Archer of Topo Tenkatl. Yeah, you can see this, like, because we left the red down, we can actually go in here, pull down the yellow lever, And around this corner, there's a little bit of yellow here we can be able to deal with. So anyway, poison fangs. We're going to try and get these at range. We can actually like get them in one shot in the bow if we pull it back all the way, which is pretty awesome. We need to be able to actually aim though. There we go. Nothing in the dispensers, so I think I'm safe, but I'm not. There's actually blazes right here. Also, I completely got rid of my sword now, so I am left to the elements of just only using a bow and arrow. So, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, we get a bunch of items by being able to navigate the maze in this kind of way. It takes a little bit more skill to be able to go. Okay, what's our armor right now? So, I believe that this is better. It is, but it also doesn't give us that protection. I almost feel like the protection actually will be better. I don't exactly know, like the mechanics of whether or not like protection 2 and that half bar like really make much of a difference, or whether which one's the better option. But yeah. We also need to come back here too. There's a little blue thing that a lot of people probably would have forgotten about if they weren't paying attention to the maze. So we need to be able to go back to be able to get that there. We can go across this way. This one is one we need to be able to pull. It's not a trick. And because of the red, this is also down. Go ahead and do this. And got the guards of Xioton. Okay. To be able to not die. Or, actually, I should really be eating Agnes stew. There we go. Also, a rabbit stew also gives us lots of saturation, so hopefully I should be able to really heal us up. But yeah, they were the guards of Xioton, because this is Xioton's war knife. So we actually do have a sword now, which is awesome. We're able to go ahead and grab all this kinds of stuffs. And there is a pressure plate here, which if you go through, it actually like leads back to this part, if you remember that like bit there. Let's see. So yeah, you wouldn't have been able to go back to this area otherwise, because this arrow despawned, meaning that if you were on the other side of this magenta wall, you would not have been able to go across. So that's the reason why it's really good for you to be able to make sure that you leave that red lever down, so that you can head back and get the cyan concrete lever here to get pulled back up, or pull it down if you didn't actually pull it down the first time. I keep not jumping on that, and that doesn't seem like it would be that hard of a jump either. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back here, all the way across. Whoop, and now we are back. And that should be the only time we need to actually go back here, because I think we were pretty efficient in the way we handled this. So you can be able to do that. This is now up, but the other one should be down. So you go this way, across here, there. Now the cyan that I think was right here, yep, is now open. So now we can go here, in which there are a bunch of creepers to be able to deal with. What are these guys called? They're Tenox bombers. Oh, that one exploded. But of course I also was a little bit further away from it, so it didn't actually hurt me all that much. Plus, honestly, like the most annoying part about creepers is the fact that they ruin your builds. Because mob griefing is off, because it's an adventure map, and if it was on, it would break a lot of redstone otherwise. It's like, it would just be like a bad thing. So, those were Tenox bombers, but now we got Tenox crown. So that one has protection, this one has thorns. I feel like we can combine them, honestly. Like, to be able to get thorns and protection. So I'll keep that one off my head, so that like we're able to make sure that it doesn't like break while we try and go forward. We'll see if we get another helmet, better helmet later on, but It depends. I think this way's the better way to go. Both of them lead to the same place, but this one allows you to, like, on your way to where you're going, also get this chest, which has, like, potions of healing and a bunch of stuff that you probably already have, but, you know, it's never bad to get a bunch of more loot if you have the inventory space, you know. But anyway, with this one, it's like, I didn't demonstrate it last time, but, you know, it's like some people might think, oh, you need to press the button and be able to go. But obviously, like, first of all, that's not that way. So maybe they would be able to go ahead and do that, but then you're locked out. So this is like another part of the arrow puzzles in which instead of trying to shoot it and be able to get through immediately like that, you have to shoot it through this kind of a gap across a really long way. Actually, I almost completely forgot. This was supposed to be a comprehensive guide. So we can go ahead and shoot that, run through the parkour, because we don't need to actually go on top of the parkour since, like, you know, there's a ladder just to prevent us from being stuck completely. Because all the way back here, there was a blue thing that was down, and by being able to do that, this is now open, so we can go ahead and get this. And it's a diamond chestplate protection 4, thorns 2, unbreaking 1. Honestly, like, the fact that, like, not many people get that is one of the reasons why, like, I'm glad I made it a diamond chestplate. Like, I have very, very little diamond armor that you are allowed to get inside of the map, and that's just one of them that you're able to do to be able to be happy. But yeah, eventually, because it's, like, based off of an arrow and not a lever, it's technically possible that you could be stuck in here while this thing is up. So eventually, like, the arrow will despawn, and yep, it'll make sure that, like, you can't actually get out the same way you came in, which is the reason why this is here. This is just a one-way door in which you can go ahead and go in and then be able to go out, and there you go. You're not actually trapped anymore. So yeah, I'm going to have a little bit more water and maybe a bit more donut and continue on this map further. So there was the water. And there was the donut. Hola, Frankie. We are here just playing Aztech Labs. It is the anniversary of the map's release. And I was just giving everybody a relatively comprehensive guide on how to take care of this mission here. I really hate this part of the mission. I do have a good sword, though. I have a good sword, so I shouldn't be afraid. Just go over the pressure plate and get rid of all these temple guards. There's so many. Oh, there's a baby one. There's a baby one I have to worry about. There we go. Okay. Retreat, retreat, retreat. I can't retreat that much, though, because this has already blocked me off. I'm cornered. And there we go. There we go. We are able to take care of all of them and call everything good. But yeah, how's your day been? Because my day's been pretty good. Just been having a chill birthday and all that. And just live streaming. Unfortunately, it's probably close to the end of the live stream right now. But yeah, just chilling for a bit before I have to sleep, which won't be long. Yeah, which is fine because, you know, I'm not going to be streaming for that much longer. You don't have to feel too guilty about leaving once that happens. But yeah, now onto the parkour puzzles. I actually forget if like, I feel like yeah, because, like, this part of the map here, like, there's a 4-block gap that I really don't like. I honestly, if I was to make a new adventure map at all, I would definitely make oof. If I was to make another adventure map, I would go ahead and make it so that the 4 block gaps are non-existent because they're kind of annoying. Yeah, want the long or short story of my day? You choose. How about? Because that could mean like 2 different things. Obviously, if you want to talk, I'm here to listen. I'm also here to talk too. But you know, I think that it's definitely like interesting to hear the life in a day of Frankie. Be able to see how you're doing and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and make sure we don't muck up this last jump. Bam! Okay. Whenever I like hit my head on this thing, it always like worries me that I'm just not going to make it, especially since it's the last one. But yeah, and now for the fun part. Did they change the texture of lava? No, I think it's the same. I think it's the same. It's just that I remember like lava used to look different like on the console, and it still looks different on Java, I believe. Anyway, I'm not sure. We can go ahead and set spawn and be able to go ahead and put all of my stuff into the chest that I believe I need. Day's been stressful, but so is every day. Life isn't good. Sorry to hear that. It's like hopefully things will eventually become better, though. You definitely have a good community here to look after you. It's like I know that all the people in Craftaway really enjoy your company, and if you ever need anything, we'd be happy to oblige. So let's... I'm not sure if I need bread. We have fire resistance potions, which might make it so that I don't really need to like put all my stuff together. Chain head. Shirt of peace I don't think I need. Gonna put those there. Get more arrows inside of there. I don't think I need this scythe. I can live without that bow, but this bow I really like. Projectile, fire. The fire protection actually might be good to wear right now, you know, just in case I run. Actually, protection 4 is going to be a lot better than fire protection 2. So we'll actually not wear that right now. I might try to put more stuff into the chest if we run out of fire resistance potions. But we have 9 minutes, so I don't think we're going to run out. I'm just going to like run with the amount of stuff we have, and we can divvy out the ender chest a little bit more if it happens, like if it's different. But yeah, the community is fabulous. Wish I could get everyone together and give them a giant hug. That would be a giant group hug. But yeah, it would be really nice to get a bunch of people together. I really wish that like Minecon was actually like still a thing, because I mean there is like other like off-brand ones like Minefair, but like Minecon is just an event that's like, oh, if it's so big that it's like I can imagine a lot of people would be able to go and that kind of stuff. And yeah, definitely would be nice to have a meetup if that's even possible. Anyway, I know this is a 4-block gap, so I'm almost certain I'm going to fail it. Let's just try. Nope, wasn't able to do it. Alright, time for a slow swim all the way over this way. I can't ever afford to go. That's also a factor. I will admit that. Because, like, I think the problem with, like, Minecon that they were facing was that, like, well, because of supply and demand, they only have, like, a certain amount of tickets that they can really sell to be able to do it. So because, like, the demand's so high and the supply's so low, the price gets, like, super inflated, which is, like, one problem, which is probably the reason why they did Minecon Earth instead of Minecon, like, Anaheim or London or that kind of stuff. But I find it a little bit sad. It's like I never went to a Minecon, and I so wish I went to that Anaheim one because it was so close to where I live, and I could have gone to Disneyland too, you know. Could have just like gone to Minefair or Minecon one day and then gone ride the Matterhorn the next. I don't know. And money is always just one of the annoyances of the world, I guess. Ah, man. I think I could have actually made that jump if I didn't like try and crouch too early. I gotta like commit to my jumps, make sure. Oh, I gotta like go through it instead of just trying to not instead of trying not. Anyway, one thing I really like about the Bedrock Edition of Minecraft though is that like what yeah, it's like when you have fire resistance on, you don't actually see fire on your character, because like in other editions of the game you see this like giant flame like engulfing your screen and stuff, and I just don't like that. Like the fact that I can go ahead and have okay, I have 39 seconds. So the fact that I can go ahead and like see when I'm swimming through the lava is just like super grand. Anyway, you said might be able to afford to meet Foxy one day as she's in the UK like me. Yeah, that would be kind of a nice thing to be able to do. See kind of how the whole entire meeting things work. It's definitely like hard to get all of us together, so meeting one at a time is probably the way to go. But yeah, that would be oh, that scared me for a second. I'm going to drink another one of these. So that would be very nice to be able to go and try and do that. Nice to see where you're going. Does that mean like where I'm going with the channel, or where I'm going just in general? Because in general, who knows where I'm going? I go everywhere. But yeah, it's like if that is a comment to the channel, I might as well talk about it. Yeah, I actually did reach 100 subscribers and have the custom URL of Allies All Around finally. It took a while, but it happened. And there we go, we actually did it. Bam, awesome. Without the fire in your face. Oh, to see where you're going. That's true. That's what you were talking about. Okay. Either way, you know, it's I also can admit to a little bit of like, you know, some bragging of, yeah, I was able to succeed a little bit. Obviously, I'm still trying to work up because I actually had another fire resistance push. I didn't realize that. But yeah, the channel, like, I'm surprised how many people are subscribing right now, especially since I'm not really creating that much content. We got the Flesh. Because I'm trying to be able to create like I'm like in the process of recording 2 episodes of Craftway right now. So I have one that seems like it probably won't take that much longer to be able to create. I'm hoping to release it Monday, but if I promise anything, I know it's not going to happen. So there's that. And then there's another one that I'm actually really excited for. I'm actually going to be trying to create. I'll keep it a secret project for now. But I'm creating something cool on the server that I think that other people are going to really enjoy being able to see for themselves. That's probably that's the cryptic description I'm going to make for the day. So there we go. Airlock override. We're able to go ahead and go through here into this area. Yep, it is very exciting. I'm excited to actually do stuff on the server. It's kind of funny also because like I've been trying to get onto the server at times when like no one else is on. Like I think the only other person who's seen me on Craftaway so far since I've been back is Sweeney, but I don't know if he was like AFK or anything, but he didn't really say anything, so I don't know. But yeah, there is a shop here to be able to buy stuff. I'm not sure if it's mending. Actually, that might be useful. How many shards? 6 shards. Let's grab a couple of my stuffs here. But you can't buy multiple items at a time, so you can go ahead and put 12. Be able to have 2 books at once. It'll work perfectly. But yeah, it's like as on my other train of thought before I got distracted. Like with the I keep distracting myself, honestly, but so I keep trying to go onto the train of thought. I keep not doing it. Craftway, being able to have other people see me on the server. So people really don't see me on the server that often. I think that it's kind of nice. Obviously, I did my update video, so people know I'm going to be creating more Craftway in the future. But I don't think that the other members of the server really know that I'm actually like actually creating content at the moment. It's just that I'm trying to finish a full episode, so that I can release it, without building too much hype for it. I don't think that I need to be all like, ooh, Craft Away is going to be coming this Monday, like, because I know that things change, things get a little bit more funky, and it's a little bit hard to guarantee that anything's going to go completely perfectly. But anyway, let's get a couple of these enchanting bottles all worked up. Protection, thorns unbreaking. We can go ahead and actually like put mending on this too. How about? So that way, hopefully, we'll be able to repair it eventually as we kind of go about our day. Via steel, gold runners. I'm not sure. I almost feel like we need. It will be better to have like different leggings to have the mending on. I know that like the ultimate chest, like because it's diamond, I know I'm going to be using that for a long time. But the other ones, I'm not sure. Oh, right. Something I was talking about earlier was being able to combine though these ones temporarily, the thorns and the protection, to be able to make it so that they're actually like combined together and give us both of those buffs, which is pretty awesome. Also, because as for Thorns 3, I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and put mending on it too. We'll see. I mean, obviously I'll probably come up with another helmet eventually, but it's just nice to know that it's all sorted and that everything's just going to be fine with it. Yeah. I know a YouTuber's life is hard even though I don't create content myself. My eldest son does. Yeah, it definitely can get a little bit stressful at times. I had to, like, the reason I stopped creating content for a while was mostly, I don't think it was necessarily stress as it was just busy. I guess that's stress, but it was busyness. Like I had to really focus on school, being able to go ahead and finish the semester, got 4 A's and 2 A pluses, which is, nice. It's not as good as last semester, but I mean, when people hear that, they're all like, yeah, you really shouldn't try and like be so hard on yourself and saying, oh, you didn't get as many A pluses as you did last semester, but yeah, whatever. I like to, I tend to put a lot of that pressure on myself mostly. So, I wish I could organize my inventory a little bit better. I think we can put away some of the glass bottles. We'll just put those into like the chest of cheating here just because we don't need that. Still have some extra kinds of random stuff about. Maybe be able to put these back into here. The archer is one I want to be able to have. Backup armor, put the standard bow there. Have a fire resistant potion on my hotbar would be a good idea. We can probably, we'll keep the balls of enchanting for now. Arrows, we'll keep the miniature stack of arrows there and 64 there. In fact, we'll put them offhand just so that we can be able to save up a little bit more space. But yeah, Frankie says, congrats, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you. I do appreciate the kind thoughts about how I'm dominating. just immediately turn into like an egotistical jerk, be like, yeah, I totally dominated, that semester I'm better than everybody else, but yeah, I try and keep a level head as much as I can, as much as I could. As much as like I say, oh, I am too hard on myself, it's better than the alternative. It is better than the alternative. Anyway, let's not focus too much on that. Let's try and read this bit. And I think once we get to the janitorial sector, we're going to call the stream, since I don't think that we actually want to do this mission quite at... We'll do one secret. Just while I'm thinking of it, we'll do one extra secret, because otherwise I might forget about it and never go back there again. So, anyway, Dr. Martin says, "Ah, what a fine specimen of flesh. I'll make good use of this. But I need more. I need a rabbit. Not just any rabbit, but the Imulani rabbit. It is necessary for the improvement of muscle movements in the body. I need it. Do whatever you can to obtain it. It should be inside of the mansion. The owner is on vacation. It is the perfect time to take it right now. To go on this mission, you will need to go to the janitorial sector. You may have seen the sector when exploring the agricultural department, but now I will unlock it for you. This time, the tube deposit will be directly next to the portal. You may enter and exit from the same portal in this mission. Intern Steven will not meet you there, as he requested to have the day off for your mission. Now go, and be careful of the security systems when you arrive. Alright, we'll put that here because we don't really need it. Well, actually, because I'm going to be probably streaming a part 2 to this, I might keep the book anyway, just so that I can reread it to, give a recap once I start this thing again. So I'll just have it temporarily. But yeah, anyway, I did miss a message in chat. Sometimes ego does take over. I've had my moments, especially in my darts career. Yeah, darts is definitely one that you can probably get quite egotistical in, just because of how oftentimes you can definitely get quite you feel like you're really good in being able to get the bullseyes, or maybe like the triple scores and all those kinds of different things. But yeah, anyway, this right here is a secret I haven't seen anyone who played this map find yet. So if you go on to it, you go into this area, and right here is a little bit of a puzzle. It's a very simple puzzle, but it's basically just trying to get all the lights on. So if we pull, okay, that one turns that one off. I actually don't know how to solve this one anymore, so we're going to go through these together. So that one turns that on. That one turns that on. I don't believe that any of these, yeah, that one I think turned that one off. I think it's one of these ones. Yep, that one was able to unlock the door. Cool. But this is another part of the interrogation sector. Something that wasn't actually intended to be inside of Aztech Labs originally. But I wrote there was one section in which I built an interrogation room that we'll go over later. But I built it once. After I was done typing the script, I loved it. I just fell in love with the place. And I completely wanted to make it have its own backstory and everything. So I just created more places around the lab that you're able to go ahead and find these random interviews and information bits. So here is interview number 276 by Archives. This is a text recording of interview 276 taking place at, that date, on a known reporter for Dirt Finders Incorporated within the Janitorial Interrogation Center. This reporter will be referred to as R, and interrogator number 1 will be referred to as I. Let me drink a little bit of water. I think my voice is dying a little bit. All right. File start. I can sue you for this. You're concealing the truth of this organization, and you will not be able to get away with this. I'm afraid that there's a lot of things we can get away with. The people won't stand for it. The people don't believe your newspaper. Dirt Finders Inc. Incorporated, whatever, however you read that, is not a very credible organization with all of the anti-government propaganda you write. People have rights, and the right to the truth is the most important of them all. Ah, then you wouldn't mind telling me some things. Like what? How did you end up infiltrating the laboratory and exposing our freelance program? None ya. None ya? What's that? None ya business. That's what. Interrogator number 1 slams the reporter's head into the table. I love that moment. This isn't a game. You will tell us how you obtained this information. If you think our little anti-government propaganda paper isn't very credible, then why are you wasting so many resources to silence us? If you little rats can get in, others can too. We want to seal those holes from the outside world. Well, I guess that sucks for you then. Interrogator number 1 slams the reporter's head into the table. Again. Oh, again. It actually says that. Man, you're not good at getting information out of people. Believe me, we always get information out of people. It's just a matter of how long it takes to do it. Well, if you keep this up, I doubt you'll get very far with me. You know what? You're right. I say we should move this to a different location. Let's blindfold you back up and take you to the boiler room. Wait, are you going to torture me? More or less. We'll heat you up until your skin boils and see if you'd be more willing to talk then. I can talk now. You don't need to take me up to a torture chamber. I guess that's true. But you haven't shown me the greatest manners since... Typo. Since you arrived here, I wouldn't mind taking a little time out of my day to boil someone alive. That annoys me. I thought I got rid of all the typos for long ago. I gotta make a note of that. What interview is this? So interview 276. So we have the 276. Yeah, interview. Typo sign. Alright, sorry for that tangent. I just once I see a mistake in the map, I just gotta make an immediate note of it, otherwise I'm just gonna completely forget about it. So there we go. We're able to do that. Love the voice acting, yeah. It definitely gets... I'll admit that the interviews definitely get a little bit dark, but I don't really go into too gruesome of detail. It's more... I meant the boiling someone alive phrase to be more taken figuratively than literally. It's more like you try and heat up the person until they're gasping for breath or something, not necessarily they're actually going to die, Wake me when you need me, employee number 117, which, by the way, that's a reference to Halo if you don't know that. So we can go ahead to the Emelanu Rabbit, the janitorial sector right here, and be able to do all kinds of other stuff. So there's a shop here. There's all sorts of different janitorial employees that are just kind of hanging out here working. They really don't enjoy your presence because, they're janitors. They kind of like their privacy. But yeah, that's going to be probably all for this live stream. We've already gone a little bit over what I was planning on being able to do that. Didn't know that, not a Halo player. Yeah, it's definitely I have some obscure references throughout my map here. Some of them are incorporated very well. Some of them are that's a really weird part of the map that I have no idea why he incorporated, but that's just how I roll. So anyway, it's been a good live stream, and this is the end of part 1 of my playthrough through Aztech Labs, which is a little bit more of a comprehensive guide over it, since I am the one who built it, and I should know most of the secrets. So thanks to everyone who joined, including you, Frankie, Sunfire, checked it out earlier, as well as everyone else who I may have known and may have not known. So yeah, until next time, this has been Frontline, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.